Welcome back to RLCS Overtime, ladies and gentlemen. We've gotten through days 1 and 2. We've got day 3 of the LAN left here to recap. I'm your host, Wave Punk. We got Kevin Brown, got Alex Rodriguez, not the baseball player,
oh, that
the other
sounds
one.
Weird. That actually sounds really weird.
Our names.
It's what is it is what is featured on the lower third, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
It is every time. That's what's there first. But the first thing we did on day 3 was introduce our DFH Community Award winner, which was something that we introduced on Overtime back a few weeks ago. But the DFH Community Award winner, if you did not remember, is awarded to the single player that most positively impacts and embodies the community, as determined by a panel of RLCS analysts and administrators such as ourselves. We awarded this to Jacob.
Jacob earned it. I mean, he's always been such a positive guy, no matter what. If you ever tune into his stream, even his interviews on stage, that beautiful, goofy laugh of his, I think it puts a little smile in all of our hearts when you hear him laugh. But he's always such a positive player. He does well. You can tell he practices. You can tell he grinds, no matter who his teammates are. And he's just a nice guy.
Yeah, and he's actually, risen up in the community, setting up his own tournaments, doing his own things within the community, and that really showed through to the analysts and everyone judging. So I think no one else deserves it more than Jacob does. And again, really great guy. Always fun to bring him on the broadcast as well and interview him. And he has that silly foam hat, which everyone loves. So.
Oh, Jacob, a fantastic, just brilliant ball of positivity in all ways. So we're going to talk about the matches that happened, starting off with the Leftovers versus Flipside, a rematch of my favorite match of the regular season. This was crazy. The Leftovers knocking out the world champions in 5 games. Oh my goodness.
This was when you realized this is the scrappiest team against the scrappiest team.
Yep.
Neither team ever admits defeat. They just know that towards the very end. And this is when we all assumed, all right, now we're going to see Flipside do well during the lower bracket.
Yep.
Right. This is when they kind of all go Super Saiyan. Flipside's like, oh, we might lose? Okay, let's do the best possible. But turns out Leftovers are scrappier.
Yeah, and this is day 3. It all comes down to this. There's no more second chances. You never know what's going to happen on that stage. And as you said, historically, we're like, all right, this is where Flipside, this is their moment. This is where they thrive. But the Leftovers is like, you know what? No, we're going to win. We're going to take down Flipside. And I think it surprised a fair amount of people. Flipside knocked out by the Leftovers. I feel like a lot of people had them going all the way to the finals. That is what happened in Amsterdam, but not today.
My favorite part of LAN, I think one of my favorite things from LAN, and it was in 4 games rather, excuse me, they were able to do it there in 3. My favorite part of LAN was Farah at the end of this series throwing down his controller, standing up and throwing his arms in the air to the crowd to celebrate. The way that that rookie just livened up and embraced the live environment was so beautiful. Second match we're going to talk about here, Northern versus Rogue. Both these teams, again, in the lower bracket, you lose and you go home. Northern Gaming, a team that we were wondering how are they going to perform with their sub-turbo. They dropped to the lower bracket, but then they lit it up here on day 3.
I can't give enough credit to Turbo Pulse. Coming in and Northern Gaming, it was like the biggest topic of conversation. Without Maestro, how will they do? We know Turbo's good, but we hadn't seen him at RLCS, but apparently, when no one was paying attention, he'd been practicing so well. And Rogue, even with the crowd at their back, this seemed to kind of start to crumble in this series.
Yeah, Rogue quickly became a fan favorite there at the event, at the Wiltern in Los Angeles, and every European team had to deal with that, and no exception here. Northern Gaming had to go up on that stage. They were not the crowd favorite, but they're an amazing team, amazing fundamentals. We call them a dynasty in the European region, and they're able to play their game, sound mechanics, and carry through a victory.
Yeah, and then Northern Gaming, a team that, as you said, they're from Europe. They're going up here against a North American fan favorite. As this tournament went on, I felt like the crowd warmed up more and more to Northern Gaming as they were just